Among those paying tribute to women this month, the Library of Congress, National Gallery of Art, and Smithsonian Institution. They'll honor the generations of women who proved invaluable to society in different ways. At Love's Jazz and Arts Center, the celebration this month surrounds 3 women and their contributions to music. Starring in those shows, Tyree, Camille, Metoyer, Moten, and Carol Rogers. And it's great to have all 3 of you here this morning. Thank you. A first-time visit for you two. We've joked Camille has been here a number of times. We think the world of her, so we're always glad to have you on the couch. She's a good egg, isn't she? So let's discuss the women you're celebrating this month. The 3 artists you chose are Camille. We'll toss it to you.
I'm celebrating Lena Horne, who was a fabulous, beautiful singer of the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And she was, you know, very instrumental in a lot of ways. She was the first black woman that was actually signed on by any movie studio to do a movie. She played interracial roles long before that was anything that was acceptable. And she was quite a civil rights activist, which really, you know, intrigued me. Besides having a beautiful voice and just a beautiful spirit. So I chose Lena Horne just because, you know, I think she's pretty awesome.
The same night you'll celebrate Lena, you will be part of that show as well, Kathy. Who are you singing?
Ella Fitzgerald. Ella Fitzgerald. And I had the honor of playing out her life story on stage at the Omaha Community Playhouse. And I learned so much about her. She was an amazing woman, started her career at a very young age into her 80s. And when she passed, one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that when she passed, she was very much a part of arts and education. And so she contributed a great deal of money to the arts and to scholarships, and was very, very much about the arts continuing and children being educated in the arts.
Carol, your show is happening.
Sarah Vaughan.
Yeah, Sarah Vaughan.
It was a personal choice, actually, an assignment personal choice. My mother loved Sarah Vaughan. She was an educator for Omaha Public Schools for 30 years. She played 50 years here in Omaha. I like to joke that Camille only has done one more job than my mother has in her entire time here in Omaha. So calling all people who remember Jean Rogers, I'm celebrating her life. It's a tribute to her. Her love for sassy Sarah Vaughan and her life parallel in some sort of ways, except my mom had 5 kids in 3 years, right? Sarah wasn't quite that prolific that way. But my mother started playing piano in church at 7, and so did Sarah Vaughan. One of my mother's greatest thrills was meeting Sarah Vaughan at Eppley Airfield on a layover. She got to meet her star, and Mother's voice was Sarah's. Now, I'm a generation removed, but I'm tight on my mom. So I'm doing that to really pay her homage to her.
And your show is on Saturday, March 26th.
That's correct.
And then I know between Kathy and Camille, your show is happening the week prior, but you'll celebrate both of your artists, both Ella and Lena, on the 20th, and all of this happening at Love's. What the 3 of you have shared here this morning, because I started this conversation talking about these women and their impact in music, but each of you went right away to their impact in other areas of our lives. It's like they were so multidimensional. Music was kind of just the start of it. Camille, is that why their legacy endures?
I believe so, because you know, music can just be the catalyst for a lot of other things. And if you have a desire, especially as black artists, you know, there's always something else going on. There's always something to fight for. And I think the beautiful thing about most black artists has been that they have been able to use music as the catalyst to get into other areas and to make some changes in society. And those are the things that attract me to those artists.
And as you were saying too about education, that was sort of the lane for Ella.
Well, in her latter years, you know, and for Ella, in portraying her on the stage, I found a lot of similarities between Ella and myself. And so the stage and music was like a therapy for her. And I believe in my heart, Ella, tell me if I'm wrong, I believe in my heart, she wants that therapy for everyone. And she wants children to be educated so that they understand what having a passion is all about. And music being an international language.
And the rewards of that passion, right, which all three of you have enjoyed. Have you two have worked together before?
Oh,
yeah, just a little
A few
bit.
times. Carol, what about you? Because you all three know each other well.
I know Camille a little bit more than Kathy. Kathy actually, Camille introduced me to Kathy, but Camille is like the go-to girl. We're here today because I know Camille. Yes, exactly.
All
But
roads
Kathy,
lead to-
Kathy is amazing. She has a production company now too. So I'm kind of the Johnny-come-lately back to Omaha, and these are the best two people to
let's
be
talk
with.
about
Let's talk about
International fame. I know, and I know you are
Yes.
like truly honored to have her here in Omaha
Absolutely.
singing,
Oh my
given where
gosh,
you've been around the
yes.
world, Carol.
She's the one.
Give her some praise, Camille, because
Yes.
I know she's not going to pat herself
I know,
on the
this
back.
woman has toured the world. She was a part of Sergio Mendes, Brazil, 66, 77. 66, yeah, right. Wait a minute now. Yeah. I'm sorry. Brazil, 44. No.
You used to be friends.
Brazil, 88, 99, and then Sergio Mendes for 25 years with him.
Yeah.
And he produced Sarah Vaughan's last album. I was nursing my first baby when he was producing Sarah Vaughan's last album, so it's serendipitous how Sarah flows through Mama. I've had a close encounter that only. It's just an amazing story.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you are here today and back in Omaha performing.
What a blessing.
It
For us
is.
to
It
have you
is.
back.
And
Yeah,
I would say
blessing on
universally, it is true all the way around. Let's show you this information again. So if you'd like to be there, and I know a lot of you are going to go both nights, and we hope you do, the tribute to women of jazz, Ella Fitzgerald and Lena Horne, that will be on Sunday, March 20th. And then if you would like to see the Sarah Vaughan show, you'll be able to catch that on Saturday, March 26th. All of it happening at Love's Jazz and Arts Center, and online it's lovesjazzartscenter.org. Thank you all three for joining us today. It sure has been a pleasure. So delightful. Just stay. Mike's gone, but I want all three of you to hang out. Can you give us another 28 minutes? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.